Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Bill Ostrom, Division President of Lennar Homes here in San Diego. I'm pleased to be here today to represent Mesa Canyon Community Partners, a partnership between three local builders, Lennar Homes, Shea Homes, and Cal West Communities. Together, we've designed 3Roots, a mixed-use community in Mira Mesa. I would like to also thank staff for their efforts in getting us here today. And now I'd like to introduce Allegra Parisi, 3Roots Development Director, to discuss project features that we're all really proud of.
Thank you, Bill, and good morning, Commissioners. Each of these builders has deep roots in the San Diego region, and I'm happy to be representing them today to share with you a little more about our team's vision. 3Roots is based upon 3 roots: legacy, connectivity, and responsibility. These 3 principles will serve as the structural framework for our presentation. The first root is legacy. The project site sits in District 6, straddling the border between Mira Mesa and Sorrento Valley. Historically, this area has been used as an open pit rock quarry for over 60 years. In 1994, while mining was ongoing, a post-extraction plan for the site was approved as the Carroll Canyon Master Plan, nested within the Mira Mesa Community Plan. Phase 1 of this master plan was the 900,000 square foot Fenton Technology Center, built in 2001, while the rest of the site remained an active mine operated by Hanson Aggregates. Mining is now complete, and the land is ready for the build-out of Phase 2 of the Carroll Canyon Master Plan. Since this plan was approved 25 years ago, a lot has changed in Mira Mesa and in San Diego. For decades, the site has been inaccessible to the community. While active mining was underway, a diverse neighborhood grew around it. Single-family homes to the north, an industrial park to the south, and San Diego's hub of research and innovation to the west. When mining ceased in December of 2016, it created an exciting opportunity to reevaluate the 1994 plan. To that end, we began community outreach in 2017 to determine which components from the master plan still made sense and which needed updating to adapt to today's needs. More than 700 people participated in our outreach process, and the team worked with over 30 community organizations and 7 state, local, and federal agencies. Working with these groups and individuals deeply influenced how we designed. The biggest thing we heard was Mira Mesa's need for a new community park. We also noted the local desire to maximize open space, maintain the 1,800 units from the approved master plan, to offer residential opportunities in the area for growing families, and to provide diverse entertainment options and social gathering places which incorporate art into an experience. Throughout this presentation, you'll see the legacy of these conversations reflected in 3Roots. For the last 3.5 years, we've kept the community abreast of the project's progress and demonstrated how the proposed changes reflect their feedback. This culminated in unanimous support from the Mira Mesa Community Planning Group last year. This image shows the 1994 Carroll Canyon Master Plan compared to the proposed amendments. In addition to providing 23 acres for the long-awaited community park, 3Roots expands the residential footprint, allowing for diversity of housing options and the incorporation of a network of publicly accessible parks and trails woven throughout the community. As a result, a holistic design approach for a porous and accessible master plan came together, rooted by an on-site publicly accessible trail system, linking a variety of residential and non-residential uses, which face onto paseos, parks, and open spaces. The design intends to prioritize pedestrians and bicycles and establishes a layering effect between public, semi-public, and private realms. Along the edges, and in response to the single-family detached neighborhood to the north, the least intense uses are found. And as the project moves towards the urban core, a mix of uses are established. An airport CNEL noise contour delineates a strictly non-residential zone along the south edge of the site due to the proximity of MCAS Miramar. In order to enhance the experience and respond to various edge conditions, the plan forms various districts, each with unique differentiating elements characterized by pops of color in the landscape, types of residential offerings, and passive and active recreational themes. The second pillar of 3Roots is responsibility. In keeping with the original Carroll Canyon Master Plan and fulfilling the responsibility of mining reclamation, more than 200 acres, or roughly 60% of the site, will be preserved as open space. Of that 200, 180 acres will be added to the city's multiple species conservation program. In response to community feedback, we've added an outlook point at the end of Parkdale Avenue so residents of the existing neighborhood can access the parks, trails, and entertainment offerings within 3Roots. This pedestrian connection can also be used by children looking to walk to the nearby Salk Elementary School. Currently, the on-site section of Carroll Canyon Creek has been impacted by the decades of mining activities. The project's on-site creek restoration will protect, reconnect, and enhance the existing creek channel for nearly 3/4 of a mile. The effort includes removing an existing underground conveyance pipe and returning creek flow to a naturally vegetated open channel. Pathways adjacent to the creek and outside the sensitive habitat zone have been established. The restoration of Carroll Canyon Creek is a key piece of the reclamation of this land for generations to enjoy. By maintaining the 1,800 units planned in the 1994 Carroll Canyon Master Plan, yet expanding the residential footprint, 3Roots allows for a wider range of housing options, including on-site affordable housing in compliance with the San Diego's Inclusionary Housing Ordinance. There are 10 different product types accommodating a variety of life stages, from apartments, condos, and small lot single-family detached homes. With a development team consisting of 3 local builders, the partnership elected to advance the final architecture depicted in the images you see here. The San Diego Regional Chamber endorsed 3Roots for providing this range of much-needed housing close to regional job centers. As part of the application process, all floor plans and elevations have been submitted to deliver homes as quickly as possible. In addition, 3Roots has selected a local apartment developer whose designs are depicted here and ready to submit for conformance with design guidelines. The notion of vertically integrated mixed-use product have been identified in an area closest to the urban core of the project, and the design intent is to activate and integrate buildings with the street route. The third and final route philosophy is connectivity. As you can see here, the project site is within 5 miles or a 20-minute bike shed of San Diego's largest employers. Because of this strategic location, the project has been designed from the outside in, ensuring the project's on-site and off-site improvements facilitate pedestrian and bicycle circulation. 3Roots has been endorsed by the San Diego Bike Coalition in recognition of these components. On-site features include bike lanes rather than on-street parking, and facilities offering bike repair, maintenance, share, and security are located throughout the project. The site itself is not an island. In fact, the route of connectivity creates an open invitation to neighboring residences and businesses through nearly 8 miles of publicly accessible trails. This includes a pedestrian access under Carroll Canyon Road for maximum safety and hopefully inspires less vehicular use to access the sports park. Beyond the employers that are within walking and biking distance, there are 3 main transit centers which connects 3Roots to regional employment areas via the coaster, the trolley, and bus rapid transit. In addition, the project team worked closely with MTS and Sandag, and the project design responds to the ongoing Mira Mesa Community Plan update by including nearly 4 acres for a dedicated future bus route and stop along the center of Carroll Canyon Road through the 3Roots site. Recently, the project was granted a Move Alliance certification from Circulate San Diego. That said, recognizing that the transportation industry is changing rapidly, a 1.3-acre site adjacent to Carroll Canyon Road and the future BRT stop will be dedicated to the current and future components of transit, building habits for residents and visitors alike. Be it rideshare, car share, bike share, employer shuttles, centralized package drop-off and pickup, the vision of the mobility hub is to create a central location offering a variety of transportation alternatives, a location flexible to current trends and future disruptions. Similar to anticipating disruptions in transit, the retail component of the project is reimagined. The Root Collective in the heart of 3Roots reflects the ingenuity and diversity of Mira Mesa with creative maker spaces, public art, and architecture, industrial nature, reminiscent of the local craft breweries and the former mining operation. All paths, paseos, and parks woven throughout the community lead directly to the Root Collective, promoting walkability and decreasing vehicular dependence for residents, neighbors, nearby employers, and surrounding neighborhoods, thus bringing to the community a walkable, integrated space that is very different than the current local offerings. A series of design guidelines coordinated amongst the 3Roots design team and city staff ensures that the Root Collective will become the energy center of the site. Designed for public congregation, celebration, creativity, and connectivity, and punctuated by public art and informal outdoor spaces, the Root Collective really becomes a collection of sensory experiences. At 3Roots, the park system is the framework for the community. The 4 districts of 3Roots are linked together by 36 acres of parks, paseos, each with their own identity. While the project does have a private facility dedicated to wellness with a recreation center and pool, nearly 34 acres of parks are publicly accessible, nearly doubling the amount of park space originally envisioned in the 1994 Carroll Canyon Master Plan. Lastly, 3Roots is proud to dedicate 23 acres of developable land to host Mira Mesa's highly demanded and long-awaited 3rd community park. In partnership with City Parks and Rec and the Mira Mesa Recreational Advisory Group, we accelerated the GDP design process by hosting a series of public workshops in the summer of 2018. We knew how important this new park is to the community, so we wanted to expedite this process for them as much as possible. The Mira Mesa Recreational Advisory Group voted to approve the GDP in October of 2018. This slide shows the site plan for the new park. The GDP includes 7 lit sports fields, a dog park, a playground, a site for a future community center, walking trails, and more. Mesa Canyon Community Partners is not only committed to dedicating land and designing the park, but also to constructing this public community facility as part of the 3Roots project. We are very proud to introduce the vision for 3Roots to you today. After more than 3 years of planning, collaboration with city and regional stakeholders, and community engagement, we believe this plan responsibly reclaims more than 400 acres for the community's benefit while meeting the current and future goals of the city of San Diego. For a master plan physically and philosophically rooted in legacy, responsibility, and connectivity, we ask that you adopt this Planning Commission resolution and recommend approval of the 3Roots project. Our team is available to answer any questions you may have, and we thank you for your time.